6 red flags to watch out for when dating, over 60. Hello and welcome to Elderly Heart Talks. I'm so glad you're here today. It takes a lot of courage to open your heart again, doesn't it? Maybe it's been years since you've been on a date. Maybe you've gotten used to the quiet of your home, but deep down, there's still that small, hopeful whisper asking, is there someone out there for me? Someone to share a morning coffee with? Or just hold my hand when life gets heavy? Dating later in life is a beautiful act of hope. But let's be honest, it's also terrifying. Because when we are over 60, we aren't just risking a bad date like we did in our 20 seconds. We are risking our peace. We have spent a lifetime building our homes, our savings, and our emotional stability. We have scars that have healed, and we are terrified of opening them up again. The truth is, while there are wonderful people out there looking for love just like you, there are also those who prey on loneliness. They look for kind hearts to exploit, emotionally or financially. And the thought of that can make anyone want to close the door and stay inside forever. But I don't want you to close that door. I want you to stand at it with wisdom. In this video, we're going to have an honest conversation about the 6 red flags, the warning signs that your intuition might be trying to tell you. Knowing these isn't about being cynical. It's about protecting the precious life you've built, so that if you do let someone in, you know they are truly worthy of the space. If you are feeling a mix of hope and hesitation right now, you are in the right place. Let's walk through this together. Let's start with the first one. And this is a tricky one because it feels so good at first. I call it the instant soulmate trap. Imagine this. You meet someone, and within a week, or maybe even just a few days, they look you in the eye and say, I've been waiting for you my whole life. They're already planning vacations, calling you by pet names, or maybe even talking about moving in together. It feels intoxicating, doesn't it? Especially if you've been lonely for a while, to be wanted that intensely. It's like a drug. It makes you feel young again. But here is the hard truth I need you to hear. Friend, real intimacy cannot be microwaved. If someone is trying to fast forward the relationship, you have to ask yourself, why the rush? Often, this isn't about love. It's about control. They want to sweep you off your feet so fast that you don't have time to look down and see the red flags. Psychologists call this love bombing, but I just call it dangerous. At our age, we know better. We know that true love is a slow burn. It's comfortable, like a favorite sweater. It doesn't make you feel anxious or breathless. It makes you feel safe. So, here is my advice. If they are pushing the gas pedal to the floor, you be the brake. Tell them, I like you, but let's take our time. Watch their reaction. A scammer or a controller will get angry. A good person, they will respect you even more. Now, we need to talk about number 2. And I need you to lean in closely for this one, because it breaks my heart how often this happens. Here is the scenario. You meet someone charming. Maybe it's online, maybe in person. The conversation flows. You feel a connection. And then, boom, a crisis hits. Suddenly, their wallet was stolen while traveling. Or their bank account is frozen. Or maybe they desperately want to fly to see you, but they are just a few $100s short for the ticket. It tugs at your heartstrings, doesn't it? Because you are a kind person. Your instinct is to help. But please, listen to me. Love does not ask for a loan. A respectful man or woman who is truly interested in you, not your wallet, would be too proud to ask a new romantic interest for money. They would call a bank, a family member, or a friend. If they are calling you the person they just met, that is not a crisis. That is a trap. You have worked hard for 40, maybe 50 years to build your nest egg. That security is for your peace of mind, for your grandchildren, for your health. It is not there to solve a stranger's bad luck. And even if it's not a scam, ask yourself, do you really want to invite constant financial chaos into your peaceful life? You are looking for a partner to walk beside you, not someone you have to carry. I want to know if you are with me on this. If you agree that protecting your financial peace is a priority, please type number 2 in the comments below. let's make a pledge to protect ourselves. And if you are finding this helpful, please take a second to subscribe and hit that bell. We are building a community of wisdom here, and I don't want you to miss what's coming next. All right, let's take a deep breath and move to number 3. This one requires a bit of nuance. Because let's be honest, at our age, nobody comes with a blank slate. We all arrive with luggage. We have all loved, lost, and had our hearts bruised. It is completely normal and even healthy to share those stories. But here is where you need to pay very close attention. Listen to the way they tell their story. Is every ex-partner described as crazy, evil, or terrible? Are they the innocent victim in every single breakup? If you sit down for dinner and spend the first hour hearing a list of grievances about an ex-spouse from 10 years ago, that is not sharing. That is unloading. It's a red flag because it shows a lack of self-reflection. Relationships are complex. It usually takes two to tango. If someone cannot admit even a single mistake they made in the past, they probably won't admit their mistakes with you either. I want to tell you about a woman named Martha. She was 66, a lovely, patient soul. She met a man who seemed perfect on paper. But on their third date, Martha realized something painful. She said, "I felt like there were 3 people sitting at that table. Me, him, and his anger toward his ex-wife." She realized he wasn't looking for a new partner. He was looking for a therapist to validate his pain, or an ally to join his war. And sadly, because his heart was so full of yesterday's bitterness, there was simply no room left for Martha's love today. My friend, you are not a rehabilitation center for someone else's broken spirit. You deserve a partner who has processed their grief, learned their lessons, and is ready to look at you, not the rearview mirror. Number 4 brings us to the modern reality of dating. We live in a digital age, and while technology connects us, it also gives people a very convenient place to hide. This trap is seductive because it plays on our imagination. You might be chatting with someone who is a poet with their words. They send you good morning texts that make you smile before you've even had your coffee. They seem kind, attentive, and they say all the right things. But here is the test. Watch what happens when you try to take it off the screen. You suggest a video call, and suddenly, their camera is broken. You suggest meeting for a quick coffee, and suddenly they are traveling for work or dealing with a family emergency. My friend, please listen to me. In this day and age, everyone has a smartphone. A broken camera is rarely just a broken camera. It is a wall. Inconsistency is the silent enemy of trust. If their words are beautiful but their actions are empty, you must pay attention. Often, this avoidance means they are hiding something fundamental. They might not look anything like their photo. They might be a scammer. Or, quite often, they might be hiding a spouse in the other room. It is easy to fall in love with a fantasy. It is easy to fall for the person we imagine they are between the lines of a text message. But don't give your heart to a digital pen pal. A person who is truly interested in you will not keep you waiting in the virtual world. They won't make excuses, they will make plans. They will move mountains just to see your face in person, not just send you an emoji on a screen. This brings us to number 5, and this is perhaps the trickiest one to spot because it often disguises itself as romance. It is the red flag of isolation. Here is a golden rule for any relationship, but especially at our age. Love should expand your world, never shrink it. But sometimes, you meet someone who does the opposite. It starts very subtly. Maybe they get a little moody when you go to your grandson's birthday party. Maybe they make you feel guilty for having lunch with your old friends, saying things like, "Why do you need to go out? Isn't it better if we just stay here? Just the 2 of us?" It sounds sweet at first, doesn't it? To be wanted so exclusively. They might say, "I just love you so much. I want you all to myself." But my friend, be careful. There is a very fine line between affection and possession. At 60 and beyond, your children, your grandchildren, and your lifelong friends are not just people. They are the pillars of your history. They are the witnesses to your life long before this new person arrived. A healthy partner understands that you come as a package deal. They shouldn't treat your family like competition for your attention. Instead of trying to pull you away from the people you love, they should be asking, when can I meet them? Or how can I fit into this beautiful life you've built? If you feel like you have to whisper on the phone with your kids, or if you feel anxious about telling your partner you have plans with friends, that is not love. That is control. And you have worked too hard for your freedom to give it up now. And finally, we arrive at number 6. This is a quiet red flag, one that doesn't scream at you, but it leaves you feeling incredibly lonely, even when you are sitting right next to someone. It's about the balance of conversation. Have you ever been on a date where you felt less like a partner and more like an audience member? You sit there, sipping your tea, and you listen. You listen to their golf score, their past achievements, their medical history, their opinions on the world. For an hour. And then you realize they haven't asked you a single question. They haven't looked you in the eye and asked, how are you really feeling today? Or tell me about a memory that makes you smile. My friend, this is not just bad manners. It is a lack of curiosity. And in a relationship, lack of curiosity is a lack of care. If someone is wrapped up entirely in themselves, they are using you as a mirror, just someone to reflect their own image back to them. They aren't seeing you. Please remember this. By the time we reach 60, we are walking libraries. You have lived a full, rich life. You have raised families, built careers, survived heartbreaks, and gathered wisdom that is unique to you. That is a treasure chest. Do not settle for someone who doesn't care to open the lid of that treasure chest. You deserve to be discovered. You deserve a companion who finds you fascinating, who leans in when you speak, and who makes you feel that your thoughts matter. You need a witness to your life, not just a narrator for theirs. As we wrap up our time together today, I want you to take a moment and just breathe. I know we've talked about some heavy things, but I don't want you to leave this video feeling afraid. I want you to feel empowered. Dating after 60 requires a delicate balance, keeping your heart open, but keeping your eyes wide open too. Some people might tell you that you are being too picky or too cautious. Do not listen to them. Being cautious is not cynical. It is an act of deep self-love. You have spent decades building your life, your family, and your peace of mind. You have earned the right to protect that sanctuary. Think of these red flags not as walls to keep love out, but as a garden gate. When you weed out the wrong people quickly, the ones who drain you, rush you, or confuse you, you are actually clearing the space for the right person to walk in. You are making room for someone who respects your boundaries, honors your past, and cherishes the person you have become. So, trust that intuition of yours. It has guided you through life this far. It won't fail you now. Remember, there is no rush. Enjoy your independence. Enjoy your freedom. And only invite someone in if they truly add joy, value, and tranquility to your beautiful days. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. Now, I would love to hear from you. We are building a community of wisdom here, and your experience matters. Have you ever encountered any of these red flags in your own journey? Or maybe you have a piece of advice that could help someone else watching this? Please, leave a comment below and share your story. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to read today to feel less alone. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with a friend who might need this message. It's a small way to support our channel and help us keep bringing you content that inspires and informs. Subscribe if you haven't already. Take care of your heart, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.